Hi guys, and welcome to Freckle Finance. Today I wanted to do a Christmas related video. I was watching some budget videos and gift idea videos on YouTube, and I thought, I should do my video on how I kind of handle gift buying and budget and such like that for Christmas. In our household, we do things a bit differently when it comes to purchasing gifts. We try to take the usefulness versus cost and kind of come up with a good gift that is not going to waste our money. However, I would like to note that what is useful for me may not be useful for someone else, and what's useful for them may not be useful for another person. So when we're thinking about gifts for someone else, we are thinking in terms of what's useful for them and what would they like. This is not, oh, I love this, they are going to love it too type of thing. So with that in mind, we do not set a specific dollar value for our Christmas presents. We by no means are extreme in our gift buying. We don't spend a ton of money on gifts anyways, but we just don't have a specific budget. However, we do not spend we do not spend money we don't have on hand. Like, we don't put anything onto credit cards that we have to pay off for months or anything. We have the money to purchase all this stuff, otherwise we wouldn't buy it. We just don't make a set budget. And part of the reason that we don't set a budget is that I find sometimes when you set a budget beforehand, before you've really thought of what you're going to buy, you may end up buying something that the person's not going to use. And that's just kind of a waste of money. I looked online and I couldn't find any actual research studies that showed how much Canadians spend on Christmas, but I did find a few articles that stated that Canadians spend around $1,500 over Christmas. I don't know if that's all inclusive. I think that's all inclusive, including decorations and dinners and parties and such, but that is a lot of money to spend on Christmas, and we will not be spending anywhere close to $1,500. So I just want to show you that although we don't spend a budget, we by no means are even spending what the average person spends on Christmas. So my favorite thing to try to purchase as a gift, especially for families, is purchasing an experience. Maybe they can go tubing or skiing, or there's a craft thing that the whole family can participate in. Something like that. Something that gets the family out of the house, hanging out together, bonding. And I find these are valuable because those memories will last a lot longer than a gift. How many of us can truly remember every single gift that someone purchased us? There are people who do remember everything, but I think the vast majority of us can't remember who got us the gift. They can't remember if it was a gift, they purchased it, sort of thing, And it doesn't really matter if someone remembers that I purchased the gift. I just want them to remember having a great time with their family or their friends with the gift that I purchased them. And as well, this harbors in-person social interaction and family bonding. And honestly, I think we need a lot more of that in society lately. I don't think there's enough in-person social interaction and family time together. So, maybe I'm putting a little of my own opinions into the gift a bit, but I think it's probably mostly appreciated. So the other sort of main type of gift that we purchase is something that the person either needs and can't afford to purchase on their own, or can't afford a good quality version of it, or a hobby, something for a hobby that they have and we know that they are going to use it and they are going to enjoy having it. Or simply just purchasing something that they were likely already to purchase, and maybe just getting a nicer quality version of it, because that way you're at least saving the person money. It shows that you understand what they want and what they need in life. So it's not like just purchasing something for them. I personally mostly use, like, when I ask for something for Christmas, I usually have to come up with something I was probably already going to purchase anyways, because I have a hard time thinking of things that I want to buy, that I want for myself. And of course, I do like giving splurge items every now and then, especially ones that involve, mostly for females, relaxation and pampering. It's just not going to be very much money that I'm going to spend on it. Maybe I can make something homemade or something like that. But I do give little splurge items to some people, especially those that appreciate it, or those that won't spend the money on those type of items but could really use the relaxation and stress relief. As well, this doesn't mean that I never purchase gifts that are considered more consumeristic, especially when it comes to small children. they don't understand those kind of concepts. They just want toys that their friends have, or they want the stuff their friends have. I remember being a small child and getting pajamas one year for Christmas, and everyone else got toys from that person. And, you know, I mean, now I don't really care, but as a kid, you're like, why don't I get the coolest toys? So obviously I take into consideration little kids probably want toys. However, if you can get a good experience that you know that little kid's gonna like, you know, there's playrooms, stuff like that, you know, those like indoor playgrounds. Sorry, I don't have children. I'm not sure of like the technical name for them, but you know, something like that would also be a good gift for a child as opposed to a toy as well. And if you're not their parent, they probably don't expect a gift or a toy from you anyways. So one way that we also save probably quite a bit of money on Christmas presents is that we only buy actual like presents that we would wrap and such like that for family and the children of our close friends. So that doesn't mean we don't get our friends anything. I just usually make do-it-yourself items, baked goods, something like that. And it's just because, especially if you have a fairly large social network, money really adds up. $5 gifts are pretty much pointless. You know, you can give all your friends $5 gifts that you purchase from a store, but it's likely going to go unused, because what really is there for $5 that someone's going to enjoy? So I rather just make something for them so that they still get a present, they still know I'm thinking about them, but I'm not busting, you know, my wallet out, throwing money, cash all to the registers, just trying to spend all this money and going broke doing it. So, I mean, you guys can choose how you want to allot your Christmas money and who you kind of want to buy presents for. I have never known my friends to feel unappreciated by baked goods or just like a do-it-yourself present. I mean, it takes time. It's not like I haven't put any thought into it. So in fact, so far, I think since living in Toronto, all of my gifts towards my friends, I believe, have been food related, because I've really gotten into cooking since we moved here. So some examples of stuff that I have done for food is last year I made a hot chocolate mix, just like you would purchase in a store, a hot chocolate one, but it's of a higher quality hot chocolate. I had to grate the chocolate and everything, and you just put them in a jar and you give to your friends. I will link that video down below. I will find it. It's a Laura Vitale recipe, and I made it first. Like, I tried this recipe out first before I gave it to people. And do-it-yourself gifts, honestly, are awesome. I love when I receive them. Another year, I can't remember if I made a half batch of cookies or a full batch of cookies. I think I made probably a half batch per person, so a couple would get a full batch of cookies, just because I didn't want to overload them with cookies. You eat a lot of cookies and junk like that over Christmas. But I didn't make the same type of cookie for everyone. I, asked them kind of completely unrelated to Christmas topics. I was talking about baking. I tried to be a little sneaky about it, what their favorite type of cookie was, and I made that cookie for them. So, and I don't really go all fancy on packaging. Maybe I'll get into that one day. I appreciate when people do that for me, but it's extra money that I don't really feel the need to spend, but usually I just get like a little tin from the dollar store, or if I have plastic containers at home, I just deliver the cookies that way. I have also purchased mason jars before and did kind of a just add water food type of thing. So I've done pancake mixes and I did cookie mixes. There were some people who didn't really like cookies, so I did pancakes, and I kind of gauged it, but I don't try to make the exact same thing for every person, because every person is not the same. So this is pretty much my plan again this year. I'm not sure yet what kind of do-it-yourself item I'm gonna do this year. I've been looking a lot. I've been maybe trying to dip into something that's a little more untraditional of a gift that most people would give, that's a do-it-yourself gift. I'm not really sure, but stay tuned, because whatever I make, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a video on and go over the cost of it and why I decided to make that. So for anyone who celebrates Christmas or other holidays around this time that involve gift giving, I hope that I've given maybe a slightly different perspective than you're normally used to when it comes to gift giving, and you think more about practicality and also use of the gift, and not just purchasing something for the wow factor that's never going to be used, or or whatever. So I hope that I've brought a different perspective, and if I haven't, then congratulations for already being aware of this perspective on gift buying. And I hope all of you continue to have a good holiday season, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!